World War II vet asks Trump for favor on stage. Trump stops, pulls out pen and makes it happen. One of the reasons I support President Trump is that he loves our military with all his heart and soul. He shows it every opportunity he gets. At any event where you see the president and veterans, you will see at least one or two heartwarming exchanges between the commander-in-chief and those who have served or are currently serving. He does not forget those who have laid down their lives for this country. It's in stark contrast to the Obama presidency where our military was almost never mentioned, much less honored. It makes you very proud as an American to have Trump as our president. As President Trump appeared in Missouri to rally the faithful, another such incident occurred. A 94-year-old World War II veteran was the center of an emotional moment with Trump as he stood beside the president. He asked something of President Trump he just couldn't refuse. Sergeant Alan Q. Jones is from Pennsylvania and he was invited by Trump to come up on stage with him during his address at the Veterans of Foreign Wars of the United States National Convention in Kansas City on Tuesday. Can you imagine the thrill that was for this veteran? It must have been a once-in-a-lifetime event for him. Jones is a lifelong VFW member. He received a number of standing ovations as he smiled and praised Trump's support of veterans and recounted some of his own memorable stories. This is one of the highlights of this 94-year-old man, Jones stated after asking Trump if he could say a few words. Trump immediately said yes, adding "I've got time," as the crowd laughed and cheered. "My children are watching me today, hopefully, to know that their dad got to stand beside the President of the United States," Jones said, getting emotional. "I don't blame him." Then came the request. "Mr. President, I want to ask you something," Jones said. "I have been told that I could never enter the Oval Office in Washington, D.C., he said. "I am going to be 95 years of age April 11th of next year. Hopefully, you will allow me to bring my family into the Oval Office to meet you." He barely finished before he got his answer from President Trump, "Yes. Anytime you want." That brought on yet another standing ovation and the crowd went wild. Jones wasn't quite done though. "One last thing," Jones said, as the crowd came alive. He asked President Trump to sign a picture of the two of them that was taken during the 2016 campaign. Smiling, Trump proudly pulled out a pen and made it happen. "This is a president that will have you in the Oval Office, with honor," Trump told Jones as the warrior left the stage. "How great is that? You would never see that with Barack Obama or Hillary Clinton." This speech happened right after the Senate approved Robert Wilkie as the next Veterans Affairs Secretary. It was a nice touch after the confirmation and very appropriate. Watch, the signing part is at 3:13 if you want to skip ahead, but the Jones whole speech is great. While Trump was honoring veterans in Missouri, Patricia Edmondson, D., in Florida was treating them with extreme disrespect. It brings the politics of the two parties into sharp focus. Edmondson's attack against a military veteran was vile, vulgar and vicious. According to BizPac Review, the chairman of the Republican Party of Palm Beach County demanded the resignation of Patricia Edmondson after she belittled the veteran, called him a traitor, several times, cursed at him using the F word, and insulted his service. That's just unforgivable and illuminating at the same time. That kind of behavior should never be tolerated from an elected official. "We condemn in the strongest possible terms Miss Edmondson's assault on a retired member of our armed forces," Barnett continued in his statement, calling for her resignation as well as asking local leaders to disavow the comments she made. In addition, Miss Edmondson should apologize to all veterans who have faithfully served this country. "The men and women who sacrificed so much deserve better," Barnett concluded. He's absolutely right. Someone like that does not deserve to hold public office in my opinion. One thing is for sure. While Trump honors and takes care of our veterans, Democrats such as Edmondson have no use or respect for them. Americans see how President Trump respected Sergeant Jones and they love him even more for it. The left has made it crystal clear for the most part that they hate the military in this country. Our boys and girls who serve and fight for America with their blood, sweat and tears certainly deserve much better than this, and they know that President Trump respects and loves them. It's not just Sergeant Jones, it's every single military person that President Trump comes in contact with. His